Hello everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. This will be the final video of this case, as well as this game. We will do our very best to both find this man guilty and save Maya at the same time. Right here, like I said in the end of the last video, it does not matter what you choose. But I'm going to choose the correct one here. We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Engarde, the client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Matt Engarde is...
Objection!
Oh! It's Francisca Van. What are you doing here? Ow! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Avant-Comer is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. All the items are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is. That's gumshoes. You can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to rub the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I cannot believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What?
Objection!
Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Miss Von Palmer be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Palmer, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. It must have been quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it. But that's all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least with me. That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it would be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francisca. It's probably not going to help us very much. Pistol added to the court record. A small caliber pistol that is thought to have been fired by the killer and Francisca. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. The killer took that from Engarde's mansion. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. Did the killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers in the site. But somehow, it looks like we managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. Videotape added to the court record. One of the items retrieved. The killer violently tried to recover it. Contents unknown. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from the Clearwater Hotel? Was it used during the crime? I am almost certain it was. There was even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. Here's one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There was a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Bellboy's uniform added to the court record. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items removed from Shirley the killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question was not who did the killing. It is, who is the client? Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. Let me step down now.
Hold it!
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But, no matter how you think about it, it's... Try. For my sake. Just think about it for a second. There were 2 ways out of this situation for us. 2? The first... Matt Engarde wished from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Engarde himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but it's asking me to do the impossible. The second way force the killer to end his contact with Engarde. If the killer were to no longer think of Engarde as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first. Hang on, let's sing it like a possible quick. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first. But if we could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence? Oh. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who has yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end. There were no objections this time, correct? Now then, I pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
Objection!
I have already told you, Mr. Wright, this court does not need any more evidence. I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then, you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, would you ask with such passion? I will grant you one chance. Oh, one chance? Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
Objection!
That's impossible. To turn the situation around in one try? One try. That is all I will permit. I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix. Think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking Engarde down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Okay, this is why I have to save it. I'm going to... Okay. This is where we're going to go for the bad ending first. Our goal here is to show Shelly the killer. The videotape. However, for the bad ending, we have to show a different person, something else. We can use any person other than the killer, and any item other than the videotape. Actually, we could choose one of them and not the other. But I'm just going to choose the wrong person on purpose and a different item on purpose. Just to show you the bad ending. So here we goes. Who would you like to show evidence to?
Take that!
I see. And now, tell the squad what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person.
Take that!
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't have anything to say to this. How about you, Mr. Von Karma? Well, I was just shot, so... I'm afraid I cannot allow defense to continue. What? No one understands what you are talking about anymore. Wait, please, one more chat. That is enough, Mr. Wright. I will now state my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Matt Engarde, not guilty. Yay? That is all. This court is adjourned. And just like that, the case came to an end. I ran away from the courtroom and wandered in the streets alone. I never saw Maya again. The killer is a man of his word, so I'm sure he released her as promised. I heard the verdict of Miss Adrian Andrews' trial a few days later. She was found guilty, of course. the miracle never happened. Maybe it was never meant to, because a miracle is not something that doesn't exist. The end. Well, that was a kind of a sad ending, but it is the bad one. So, I'm going to load this one, and we will go for the good ending. Who would like to show evidence to? That would be Shelly the Killer. I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. The videotape. Give me a second here. I'm just making sure. Okay, it is a videotape. The gun and the billboard costume wouldn't actually help at all. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there was some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright, it looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found in your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempts to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, there was an order for my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it. So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you were on this tape. Me? There was a video camera hidden in the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was the punch of the camera? Well, the only person who could have planted to place the camera in the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you. Isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Matt Engarde film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There was only one reason why your client would secretly film this crime scene. They wanted to blackmail you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the Killer? It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors of most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity. I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright. Yes? My contact with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item. Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of, I don't quite know what just happened there with that client. And the witness, Miss Von Karma, what did that? She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Mr. Engarde, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. I would not think so. It is not much like refreshing like a spring breeze. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is that alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Play whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. It does not actually matter. We could do either one, and Engarde end up where he belongs. Either behind bars, or in a box in the ground. While I do not think it actually matters what you choose here, I'm going to choose the guilty verdict. But before I do that, I'm going to save it again. Even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My own self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. Oh, guilty! Oh my goodness. He's gone nuts. As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. Me? I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, I was Matt Engarde. I have left Miss Von Parma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal with her right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it? Wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen you smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. Everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned. March 23rd, 5:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You didn't realize that there was something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Miss Von Parma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defendant's final statements on this matter. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? My client, Matt Engarde, is he guilty, or is he not guilty? Those who were your choices then, and your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edgeworth, I have good news. Maya is now safe in the police custody. Really? Rose, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya's safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! Ow! She punched us deceptively hard for a kid. That image makes her look so adorable. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks. Oh. What's wrong? Miss Montclair. About earlier. Thanks. Ow! Why, you're still smiling, Mr. Phoenix, right? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Montclair. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth? For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner, and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That's what you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. We prosecutors may use anything we can to attack the defendant. Every time we did so,
Objection!
no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, the man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing that we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. The truth? Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Ah. Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided on the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool. Miss Rock Karma? I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Rock Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Rock Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. I just got through something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing to use to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. Ah, isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick! It's Maya! Maya! Missing Maya! Missing Maya! Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got Engarde convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. We sure pressed our luck in this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Purley. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Heh. Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food. Grub. Chow. I'm starved. I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice, juicy burger and a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth. Please. If you insist. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! Oh. March 23rd, 7:38 p.m. Gateway Hotel lobby. Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him? You did great again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give up on me. And I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now look here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't stop being a lot nicer to him, you might just kick it. Tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now. Everyone gather around. You're all going to get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Clara bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating. So let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh? Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Oh well, you know, it's ho 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 ho. Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item? Aw, come on, y'all. It's all over. But who for, I tell ya? You really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? Ha ha ha. You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days... Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So I keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like y'all had it rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Missy Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Aw. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. Whoa. Huh? What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. Ah, that's Miss Montgomery's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. And you've eaten any way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just wanted to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. I think it's the whip. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Miss Maya. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Anyway. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone say, thank you to Nick. Huh? Yeah. I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I can't already put your name on the bill. Huh? Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's a scammer shop in this hotel, see? I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It'd be better for any... It better be anyhow for $3,000. Huh? 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 Actually, I don't think you buy it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Okay, here it comes. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Aw, you don't need to hold it back now, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright then. If you say so. Objection! Well, that's the end. Phoenix writes, Ace Attorney, justice for all. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've just escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. I'll wait till the end credits are over to give my final review. I'm so happy that you could save Mr. Nick. And I'm so happy for the two of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the two of you, just in case. Well, pal, looks like I'm back in the force again. Miss Edward had a long talk with the chief, and he got me research for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one go is bad for all of society. I knew it. Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. I think my gumshoe and Lana voices are too similar. Hey, it's her. I'm Lucky Bird, and retiring from this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. Yes, are you here to visit the patient? I'm drunk and hearty. Ho-ho. Recently, yes, that girl, you know. I haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember, if I even had laid so much as an eye on her, it would go crack. Didn't matter if I got whipped though. Yeah, so... If that clown comes on, I promise you I'm going to scream. It's time to begin our quest toward world circus domination, and to let the world know we are serious. I plan to make a purpose. Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk? I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Moe's jokes. Got a new act, and all worked out prepared for the Hallelujah course. See something in the wheel you? We're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. I'm not repeating anything Mo says. What's this? Giant says an ordinary electric visor try we don't understand. I can't believe this. Really? How long did he plan on making me do this? But it's Eddie Boo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? I was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy, and treat me like royalty and heavy men. This is going to feel the pain in my heel. This is going to burn, playing the fire was very dangerous because with the sword the city would burn right down. Okay. I'm sorry I cannot talk that fast. I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edwards did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Ron Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed. I missed it. I missed what he said at the end there. And it's only 5 o'clock, I'm already yawning. March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International departures, Gate 12. Where are you going, Francisca? How do you know I was here? With this. I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That is just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how he ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that, man, you told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be a Manfred von Karma's daughter. Francisca, so many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure, such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius, there's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been, and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I haven't even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We persecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Mars Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, My chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can, just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on her and your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to put your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways. Franziska von Karma. Whoa. I am Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk you in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Huh? That's it? Oh, that was a picture Maya drew. Okay. That was pretty cool, actually. Well, that was a great ending to Justice for All. Overall, this game was actually pretty good. Other than that abysmal third case, I actually enjoyed 3 of the 4 cases here were very well done and well written, especially this last one. The only case in which your client is actually guilty. And with that said, everyone, we have reached the end of Justice for All. And next up will be the 3rd game in the series, Trials and Tribulations. It has a total of 5 cases, although 2 of them are pretty short, just the trial version, which will feature not Phoenix Wright, but somebody else who we're really familiar with. You'll have to wait for next time to see that one. So until then, everyone, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, take care.